Hi, everyone. This is Jen here. I just wanted to stop in for a couple of minutes to let you know about the Wedding MBA coming up and how overwhelming it might seem right now. And we just had the kickoff call today, and I just felt like, I could add a little bit of couple of things for you if you're listening or watching and you still have more questions about the networking aspect. And what I wanted to do is give y'all an opportunity to sit here and just kind of like sit with me for a second and let's be some, awkward people together. So, my first time to Wedding MBA, I felt like I had already set myself up for success because I had already met a whole bunch of people somehow online. So, I'd already seen them in person or met them in person or were about to meet them in person at this really big event. And my personality, I tend to like not be able to see and hear people properly in large, loud spaces. So for me, having a handful of people I already knew that I could connect with while I'm there helped me feel a little bit more calm. And that's the starting point that I found myself having success. So I had kind of written this into a presentation at one point, but before the event, before any event, if you're preparing yourself, just start it now. Start mentally preparing yourself, get excited about it, map out your classes, maybe circle some things that you're thinking about doing, but you're not quite sure. And then once you are, done preparing as much as you can, then you've got your travel. It's fine to like have your travel moments. Give yourself a little bit of time before the event. Give yourself a little bit of time after the event because all of it takes energy. So leave yourself some space. So before your event, be sure you're preparing your mind, be sure you're preparing everything that you think you want to touch on when you get to Wedding MBA. And some people thrive on having, like, say you have a list of objectives or goals that you want to do, then write them down. Write down some things that you know you want to learn or some of the people that you want to connect with. That way you can kind of stay focused into what your original intention was for coming to Wedding MBA. You can do that now. You can do that 100% right now and be ready to go. I'm actually that's why I'm doing this video today is because I'm preparing myself as well. So, and just being able to like know that when you walk into this space with other wedding pros, that you are a valuable piece of this industry. Whether you've been in business for 5 weeks, 5 years, or 40 years, you've got some value to add to the community as a whole. So walk in there already knowing that you are ready to learn, you're ready to connect, and then you're going to find yourself in some really cool conversations and lectures and classes that really kind of stir up some things within you to like, take home and put into your business right away. So, but that's before your event. Now, once you get to the event, you might stand outside and need a minute, right? It's going to be a minute if you're really, really, really nervous. Like sometimes I know I have been for years now. I've got certain things that I'll do before I even leave my hotel room. There's things I'll do even before I go into the front door. And sometimes it's just a mental, like, let's just get excited. This is a place of creativity. This is a place of connection. This is a place of community. There's so many nice people there that you're going to find yourself being greeted by various people, or maybe you've already pre-meeting with other people and you'll find each other and have conversations too. So don't be too worried about all the other things in between. But when you walk out of your hotel room or get out of your Uber, just tell yourself you're ready. You're ready for this. And here is some of my personal tips that I know that I've done in the past is have a song. Have a song queued up that really like amps you up energetically, like to your mood and your personality. Don't expect one person to have the same song as another. If you need some kind of jam that really, really pumps you up, then pick whatever that song is, put in your earbuds, and really just kind of take a minute to be like, yes, I can do this. This is amazing. This is such a great opportunity. I get to meet so many people, and I'm so thankful to be here. So if you do have any frustrations that need to come out, get them out before you even go in the door, if you can. We know things in life don't stop when you come on a trip like this or when you're going to education and a convention like this. We know that life keeps lifing with or without us. And I liked the tip that Renee Dallo gave about make sure your out of office is set. That way you don't have to worry about the things you can filter in and out that are priorities. You can just kind of like take a breath and really be present. Because I think really the best success at Wedding MBA is your ability to be present. And so if you're needing that extra minute to maybe write a couple of things down, maybe you had some ideas on the way over, write those out, get your frustrations out, keep your earbuds in. If you need to like people to leave you alone, just take a minute to yourself and then open yourself up for whatever happens next. And remember, when you walk in through the doors, you matter. So during the event, it could get overwhelming. There's a lot of loud noises. There is a lot of things going on. I've also kind of joked with my husband about using noise canceling headphones because when the noise is just so much for me, all of my senses shut down, and I think that is okay as well. Like if you know that about yourself and you know that there's breaks that you're going to need, you're going to want to take a step out, find a quiet spot. If you have the headphones or the earbuds, put them on because you're going to want to have that break from all the noise. And some of us thrive on the noise and some of us do not thrive on the noise, and we need a minute, and it's okay to do that. So during your event, just have a small in the back of your mind, have this little, barometer of your energy temperature. Just like, how am I feeling? How am I doing? Check in with yourself, check in with somebody else. But go ahead and introduce yourself to at least one new person and then find out if you've got something in common. I'm always looking for something in common with somebody. If it starts with my hair, that's great. That's always an interesting conversation starter. But also, if you take their business cards or even the digital business cards, make sure to make a note on how you met them and where you met them and when, because you kind of want to know more about them. And in those little quick moments, you can't really capture everything. So you're going to need to go back later and be like, I want to connect with so and so. I want to follow so and so. I want to set up a chat with so and so. So you need to have all that information ready to go as soon as keep yourself organized with that. So you can go back later, even that evening, and say, oh, I need to put this in my database now. I need to make sure I connect with this person. Throw yourself some notes, email yourself if you need to, throw it on your calendar. But yeah, during your event, you're going to want to enjoy being around people. But also, if you're making really good connections, don't forget to take their information to connect later. And, for those of us who, when you're just done, you know yourself. And for me, I am a self-admitted not a morning person, but I become one to a point when I'm traveling and doing conventions. Whether I'm there speaking or whether I'm there learning and attending and being present, I know that my mental capacity for 8 a.m. is probably not 100%, but it might be great at noon. So something to think about. Know yourself enough to know when to expel your energy, when to pull back, do all the things. Now, when you're talking about networking situations, I like to treat every convention the same. If I'm in a class that I picked and it's clearly not giving me what I thought I wanted, or it's not leaning into the things that I was wanting to get, make it to where you could slip out quietly if you need to. If it's something that you're just gonna, keep pushing through, that's fine. But if you really truly feel in your gut that it's not the right class for you, it is okay to get up and quietly leave. And you don't have to explain yourself and you don't have to over explain or, tell everybody, oh my gosh, I have to go. You don't have to tell them anything. Just get up and go. Do it quietly. Just watch for the doors. Don't let the doors slam. The hallways get loud, and people talking get loud, so just be aware of, if you're going in and out of classes, just make sure that you're doing it in a way that's honoring the space and the speakers. And then you know don't be so hard on yourself that you forget to celebrate the wins from this kind of event. Even if it's a daily thing, if you're sitting down, like this is a multi-day conference, if there's a way to celebrate a win on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then finally on Thursday, sit there and celebrate that for a second, especially if it's your first time and especially if you've been very, very, very nervous about, getting into this kind of a thing. Um, be sure to just give your space. give yourself some space to like decompress that, okay? It's like any event. We work events for a living, right? It's our profession. We understand the wedding and event hangovers. We understand the energy going out. So just be present with yourself and take notes of what you have learned or the ideas that you've already formulated in your mind while being there. Because not everything is going to come from a classroom or a stage. It's going to come from within you and it's going to be awakened as soon as you get around all these other amazing people. So just know that it's okay to say, I'm done with this class. I gotta go. You don't have to tell anybody or explain yourself. Just say goodbye however you need to and know your own limits. And then if you're in the middle of a group discussion or conversation, just excuse yourself. If you're needing to get moving, then just get moving. It's okay. So, keep everything simple. And no matter you know, how your personality is, just keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep this simple. If you've never done this much networking type of stuff before, own the awkwardness. I feel like awkwardness is a huge superpower, and I feel like we all have been awkward at some point. Specifically when it's like, what do I say? You may even have an elevator pitch like that they were talking about, but you forget everything as soon as somebody asks you. Like seriously, like I do this all the time where I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I here? Oh yeah. I'm a wedding photographer, but I also do this and this. So it's like be ready to a point, but laugh at yourself if you completely mess up. It's so much fun to just laugh at yourself. And so that's kind of where I wanted to leave you today is it's a little bit of networking mixed with here are a handful of tips that I've learned over the years. And I'm going to go ahead and say, here's some of my personal top tips that I've learned to going any convention at all. Any convention at all, there's an opportunity to have your photo taken. Meaning you're either going to be part of the crowd watching, or sometimes they have professional headshots set up somewhere with time slots. Now, I'm going to say if this is a space, if Wedding MBA is a space that you need to do updated socials, updated graphics, updated images of, maybe you've got a fresh new look you want to try out, try it at Wedding MBA because there's a whole bunch of opportunity there to start like playing with that new identity you're creating or that new fresh haircut or the new fresh hairstyle or maybe you've changed your look over this last year and you want an updated fresh image of that. Wedding MBA is a great place to do that. But right now, we're at what, maybe a couple of weeks out. If you need to get something done now, like a haircut, a hair refresh, if you need to start picking out your outfits and trying things on and mixing and matching things, now is the time to do that. So think about the image you're putting out there in your business, but also think about the comfort of a full 3-day conference where you're walking a lot. Be sure to have some shoe options that you can switch in and out. Maybe one day's more casual than another. Maybe you have two outfits a day because you have something during your lecture portion, and then the night parties you have a whole other outfit. So think about that when it comes to your personality and what you're representing for your business. So I'm always really gonna suggest that you get your badge early. That way you don't have to worry about any lines on Tuesday morning. If you're getting there early, get in on Monday to get your badge. Um, I don't know how it's gonna go this year. One year we walked up and we filled out paperwork. Another time we like had to wait for an iPad and had to like, get it printed out. And then get the lanyard that matches your profession. They're kind of sort of color coded depending on the profession. And and in my opinion, the photography lanyard has always been kind of ugly, so I might bring my own lanyard this year and I might pair it with the Wedding MBA lanyard. Just so you know. So get the early badge pickup is so beneficial as early as possible, and that way you can go right to everything as soon as classes start on Tuesday. And of course, I was going to say comfy shoes. If even one of the days you want to wear your tennis shoes and make it look cute, go for it. If you're looking at taking notes, and whether you are a digital note taker or a pen to paper note taker, allow yourself, whatever you're carrying, if it's a purse backpack or it's a regular backpack, allow yourself the space for that and then prepare to carry the stuff around all day long. Um, bring yourself, like they were saying, the water bottle is a great idea, a refillable water bottle of any kind. And then also, I'm going to say little snacks, like little protein bars will go a really long way, especially when maybe you want to do something else for lunch instead of like try to go find lunch. Maybe you just want to do a snack bar and then have a really nice dinner, right? Think about snacks as an all day thing. So, as most of us in the wedding and events industry know, like we're always like during a wedding day, it's the same thing as a wedding day. You're trying to figure out how to stay hydrated and keep the snacks going so you can enjoy your energy levels all day long. So, that's kind of where I'm going to leave you with today. I'm Pink Hair Jen, and I am with Weirdo Weddings Photography. So, you will see me on Thursday in the photography track room from about 3 to 5. I'm facilitating the room starting at 3. And then I speak at 4:20 on niche craft, which is it's photography specialization, but I feel like that every business can learn from this because it's about how to bring your unique, authentic voice forward, speaking to a crowd of people that you're trying to attract. So that's a lot of what I'm going to be bringing to Wedding MBA this year. I'm super excited about this topic. I'm also super excited that I have surprises for you guys. When you come to my class, I have things that I'm already putting in motion. Matter of fact, I have other surprise things for Wedding MBA specifically that I haven't even talked about. So, when you see me live, you'll understand and you'll see the little things that I want to do to be sure to encourage you to be exactly who you are and that you're at the right place at the right time. So, all right, this is Jen. I'm signing off, and I will see you at Wedding MBA 2025.